Hey everyone, it's Sam here, and today I'm going to show you how to make this Slimline or DL style pop-up frame card. It's using this new Alice in Wonderland collection that I've been sent from Craft Stash. It's lovely. So I've just decorated the envelope on the front there, and I've also added one of my wax seals on the back. And then on the side, you've got simple decoration on the front, and then this lovely pop-up scene, and it's a black and white card, which I think this is the second one I've ever featured on my channel. I always usually use a lot of colour on my cards, but I really enjoyed just keeping this one simple and just stamped the images. So it just shows you don't always have to colour them in. These are very detailed anyway, so I think they hold themselves well. You've got that fun image at the bottom there and those sentiments, and then it all folds down and fits into your envelope. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. Okay, so for the inside pop-up piece, you want a piece of 8 by 8.5, and along that 8.5 side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1.5, 4.5, and 5.5. Okay, I've then got my DL card blank here. This is shop brought. This is 8.25 by 8.25, just scored through the middle at 4 1/8 if you're going to make it yourself. And then I've already stamped on the front using I'll show you all of the collection actually here. This is all of the new Alice in Wonderland. So you've got just your topper sheet, then you've got your paper pack, you've got your sticker sheet, which I love because I love these signs, that way, up there, over there, this way, wrong way. So I'm going to use them in another card idea that I've got. You've got the ephemera, so if you don't want to stamp the images like I am, or colour, then you've got the ephemera, but I'm going to use these ones today. So I've already gone ahead and stamped them all out, and I'm just keeping it all black and white as you've seen, so it's really easy actually. So I just use the Queen and the birthday Queen on the front. So really simple the way the card looks on the front, because all of the detail and the display is all inside. I've also stamped the envelope there as well with just a couple of those. I've then also just got these two little pieces which are going to go inside to give me other areas to add the images. So I've got more like little pop-ups. These are both 1 by 2, and along the 2-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2, 1 and 1.5. And you want to do that on both pieces. So that's everything scored. You want to fold and burnish all of these score lines. Then I'm going to use this die here to cut my aperture. You can cut this by hand, just using your ruler. You don't have to have a die to cut this. But these, any of the nested dies from Creative Craft products, but the inverted ones I think are really nice. I use them a lot in all different shapes. I just love that they give you that finished frame, and it's just a little bit different. So I'm going to stick that one in place, just so I've got a nice kind of even border on the two sides here and on the top and the bottom. That looks about right. Okay, so I'm just going to run that through my machine. What I might do is just cut a little bit off of the edges there, just so it's definitely hidden. And then to stick those little extra pop-up pieces in, I think you kind of need to lay out your design, your scene, so you know where you're going to put them. So I'm just folding those both ways because I want to kind of rest this in place like so. Okay, so it's going to be something like that, because what's going to happen with these, just fold them so you've got a little tube, and you're going to stick them down in the corners wherever you want, really, along that bottom. You could have one behind the front corner here and one down on the back. It's up to you, but I think you need to kind of lay out your scene first of all, because I think I'd kind of like her to be on one. Now if they're too wide for whatever you're wanting to stick on them, just cut it in half. I think that one's going to fit behind her just fine. So, and this is what I mean, it's going to bring her away from the back, which I think looks quite nice. I think I want the rabbit outside. I think I'd like all of them on the very back, and then I think the drink me and things like that are going to be on the outside along with the wrong way. And then I might have this one behind here. So I've just taken them all out because now I know where I'm going to have those pieces. So I'm going to stick this together. So I'm just going to add my glue on the inside of that tab. Like so, and then stick it over the top. So this can then go, it's going to be like so. So it closes, see it all fits inside, and then that's going to be stuck in there. So you want to add your glue all along the bottom and on the back. Okay, so just pop it in so you've got a nice even border both sides, and then just close the whole card flat. Okay, so there's my scene. So with these, if you just fold them in half, and you're going to add the glue to the two outer pieces, okay? And then, so I want this to be down here. So I'm just pushing it down into that corner. It's hard against the black, I know. And then just kind of open it up so it falls into that corner. I'll show you down there. You can hopefully see what I've done. And once you've pushed it into place, you can close the card up. Just obviously give that glue time to actually dry, but you can see there you get your little platform then to attach, in my case, the queen. So I'm going to stick this one onto the front of this piece and just build up the scene and think about what I want to add here. I think I'm just going to have my sentiment, and this will be my space to write my message. Okay, so I've stuck everything down and I'm just going to add some acetate inside. So this is what I've done, which I think, yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I've stamped this sentiment, announcing your special day, and then this one, I'm not crazy, my reality is just different to yours, which is just brilliant. And then I've added Alice on the front there. These are little die cuts that also come in the stamp and die set. So when I close it, it all obviously folds flat, which is great. But when I open it, this bottom bit just kind of like sticks out a bit. So I've got this strong piece of acetate, which measures 2 7/8 by 7 7/8. It's going to vary depending on the size of your aperture, but I can just slide that in and then close that down and let that stick where it needs to. And now it feels so much better when you open it. It just pulls everything up perfectly. I'll give that a little clean in a minute. Plus it just adds another nice, I think, look to it, having that shine from the acetate. So what I'm trying to do this year, I don't do New Year's resolutions or anything like that, but I do want to make sure that every time I make a card, I do the envelope and I do the wax seal. So I'm just using everything from my wax seal kit. And because this is all just black and white, I'm going to use the silver. I don't actually have black beads. And because obviously I make a lot of cards that I don't necessarily need straight away, so I'm just going to cut a little bit of wax paper, and then if you pop this underneath the envelope like so, I'm going to make this, I get my happy birthday seal, which is this one here. So in the kit you get this jar here which has your silver, gold and white in. You get the burner or the oven, your spoon, and you get the seal and the handle, and the seal that's in the kit is the Happy Mail seal. So obviously that's going to work if you just like to send cards to your friends and just because mail and things like that. And then you can buy the birthday seals. There's a set of 3 separately, and there's Christmas ones as well. But if I do this every time I make a card, so I've got my wax seal kit always at hand now, then when I go to send them, it's just all ready to go. Just give that a little mix there. And then just pour it as if you were going to seal the envelope. I always put 5 beads in when it's the first kind of melt, because a lot of wax stays inside the spoon. And then make sure it's the right way up. Okay, so you'll know when it's set, because when you move it, it will just pop out and then the wax just comes away. So now I've got that all ready to stick down. Now when I do go to send it, you've got 2 options. You can still lick all around here and stick it down that way, or you can just add a piece of foam tape or some double-sided tape and just stick it behind there and seal it that way. But now I've got my envelope all nice and decorated, and then when you take it out, you've got that fun pop-up card, which I think is brilliant. Just give it a little kind of pull, but they do display really nicely. Okay, so here is the finished card. So again, there's the front, and then when you open it up, you have that lovely pop-up scene there. The acetate makes a big difference. It really does help pull everything up when you open it. I love this little bit down here with the Mad Hatter and the sentiment, and then again that lovely matching envelope and the detail all on the front as well. All of the products that I've used you can find just linked here, and they'll also be linked in the description box below the video. If you're not subscribed, just click here, and that way you can subscribe to the channel, and then you won't miss out on any future videos. And I'll have more of this kind of style shadow box frame pop-up. I'll have that in a playlist just here. You might want to watch that next. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.